Two-headed dragon. Some people collect awesome things, but others collect rather odd things. This two-headed animal video shows some of Todd Ray's collections, a man who clinched his fame for owning the world's largest collection of two-headed animals. Among his collections is a two-headed bearded dragon named Poncho and Lefty, respectively. In 2012, he added another two-headed bearded dragon, Jekyll and Hyde. Todd displays these creatures on Venice Beach Freak Show, and we aren't sure whether he displays these two-headed animals for sale. Two-faced calf. Experiencing two-headed animals in real life might break your heart. In September of 2016, luckily, the polycephalic cow was born near Kentucky. From the time they found her, farmer McCubbin knew her chances of survival were slim because she reportedly had trouble standing and walking and required a lot of attention. Lucky became the oldest living calf of her kind when she got to 40 days. She sadly passed away 108 days later, just a week to her community-sponsored surgery that was to repair her cleft palate. Two-headed salamander. The salamanders are some of the species that are genetically coded not to have two heads. It was such a bizarre occurrence and astonishing when a team of scientists in Israel discovered a tadpole of the small amphibious creature with an extra head. This particularly unique tadpole left scientists baffled, and since its discovery in 2014, the reason for this rare deformity is still unknown. However, some theories have linked it to water pollution and environmental radiation changes. Two-headed goat. Cephalic goats have actually been born in recent years, and each one is stranger than the last. In 2016, a two-headed goat born to a farmer in Kazakhstan was 2 days later trampled by its own mother, maybe due to its strange appearance. Another incredible two-headed goat was born in a farm in Wisconsin and was named Janice. It has 2 heads, 2 mouths, 4 eyes, but they aren't certain if the middle eye works. Jocelyn shared Janice updates on social media and has great excitement from her audience. It seems this is one of the two-headed animals that survived. Two-headed fawn. In 2018, a Minnesota mushroom picker discovered a two-headed fawn in Mississippi River. They found it in near-perfect condition, suggesting it had recently been deceased. They were in a natural state and had been groomed by their mother. As far as scientists know, this is the only pair to be delivered full-term. The animal's anatomy showed that they would never have been viable. They later concluded that out of the tens of millions of fawns born annually in the United States, there could be hundreds of abnormalities they don't know about. Two-headed turtle. A turtle born in 2018 in China quickly made headlines. Reason? A condition we will be seeing much of in this list, polycephalic, meaning it has 2 heads. The turtle lives in captivity at a wildlife rescue center in Shangzhou City, Jiangxi Province. This two-headed animal still appears to be healthy, though researchers believe it's unlikely to enjoy the 30-year lifespan which most turtles of its species live. Interestingly, several two-headed turtles have also been found around the world. Two-headed porpoise. Two-headed porpoise may occasionally pop up anywhere around the world. However, in 2017, the first two-headed porpoise was discovered. Dutch fishermen fishing in the North Sea found this strange creature. Unfortunately, it was not alive. They got so troubled about keeping it for fear of legal issues. They took a few photos of their incredible catch and returned it to the waters. Based on the photos, researchers were able to suggest that the creature likely died after birth. Double-headed lamb. While two-headed lambs have appeared in Palestine and other places, Iceland seems to be having it all. In 2009, Iceland saw 3 two-headed lambs born a few months apart. 2 of the lambs died of natural causes, but one was actually very healthy except for the fact that it was unable to lift its head from the ground. As a result, the strange animal was sadly put down. As Mother Nature continues to surprise us, do you think it's time to embrace two-headed animals? Bull shark. People still ask, are two-headed animals real? Yes, they are real. And in 2013, scientists confirmed a discovery of a two-headed bull shark in the Mexican Gulf. This shark was the world's first for this species and was discovered inside its mother, who was caught by a fisherman. According to the experts from Michigan University, the specimen had a single face with 2 heads. In other words, it was formed when an embryo failed to split in 2 separate organisms. Two-headed cat. Forget about 9 lives of this cute animal and look at its new evolution. When a two-headed kitten was born in South Africa in 2017, it was taken in by animal rescuers and sadly passed on just after 16 days. But not every cephalic cat is doomed to the same thing. Frank and Louie made the Guinness World Record for the longest living two-faced, living a long, healthy life from 1999 to 2014. These cute two-headed animals must have made a great pet to their host. Two-headed piglet. Some two-headed animal pictures may just shock you. In 2013 April, a two-headed piglet was born in China with 2 heads, 2 snouts, and 3 eyes. The owners decided to spare it from the slaughterman and instead raise the animal. Unfortunately, it was unlikely to survive due to its deformity. Another cephalic piglet was born to Zhang Guoyan, a farmer in China who claimed not to have fed the piglet's mother anything special. Zhang Guoyang also claimed that people had offered to buy the pig at 2,000 won or $288. Two-headed snake. Several two-headed snakes have been documented over the years, like the double-headed rattlesnake named Gumbo and Philo. Even though they shared a tail, Gumbo and Philo always struggle on which direction to go. This condition occurs as a result of one fertilized egg not splitting, is however rare, and affects 1 in 10,000 snakes. The Venice Break Freak Show owner also bought an albino snake named Medusa that was born in Florida. He calls it a crowning jewel and says it's perfect and seems to have been made to have 2 heads. Ray is indeed shown a bizarre relationship between two-headed animals and humans. Double-headed bat. This is perhaps the scariest and most rare two-headed animal. Headlines were made in Brazil when a two-headed bat fossil was discovered under a mango tree. Theories emerged about the history of the bat, but since the twins were still attached to the shell body, scientists believed this creature was stillborn or died after birth. These extraordinary findings of a cephalic bird made researchers to preserve its body and use it for further investigations, including X-rays, out of which they made great discoveries and one of its kind ever recorded in history. Two-headed lizard. Polycephaly is commonly found in reptiles. Even though lizards are unique, one lizard named Lucky was not going to be an exception. When it was handed to the Australian Reptile Park for its unique 2 heads and 2 blue tongues, they said such animals don't survive. It seems having 2 heads is better than 1, because Lucky is indeed lucky and is receiving great care, and we hope it lives a long, happy life. Crocodile. Can a natural-born predator really have 2 heads and 2 complete jaws? Well, if a story that emerged in 2001 is to go by, then a crocodile found in Thailand is responsible for that. The animals were hatched at a zoo near Bangkok nearly 2 decades ago and were named after the world's most famous twins, Chang and Eng. Each had a fully functioning head but shared the lower body. While these are the only verified 2-headed crocodiles in existence, some news stories in the USA claimed that a 2-headed crocodile was stalking the swampy waters of a Florida river. Two-headed bird. Two-headed birds are a rate in the world. You may find a lot of images on internet. Most of them are fake and a very few of them are recorded on tape. In 2015, John Cooper captured a double-headed bird on the beach. Unfortunately, it may lost their life while hatching. In 2012, a Northampton, Massachusetts resident, Britt, came across the strangest baby bird she had ever seen in her backyard. According to Britt, the beak seemed to be poorly formed in the middle one leading to the throat. The woman named the little bird Beaker, and on 2 occasions she returned it to a higher branch, where she noticed an adult cardinal seemed to be feeding it. Two-headed dolphin. A 29-year-old sports teacher holidaying at the beach in Turkey spotted a 2-headed dolphin corpse being washed ashore. It is said to be the 5th known case of conjoined twins in the dolphin family, and the 3rd to have lived beyond the fetal stage. It was approximately 12 months old and measured about 3.2 feet in length. He called the police, who removed the conjoined corpse from the beach. A marine biologist studying the animal said the 2-headed dolphin was very rare. The two-headed dog. Because of selective breeding, man's best friend has ruled out the possibility of sprouting two heads. Canines are the most genetically modified species, but being born cephalic is out of the question for this hybrid animal. A curious Soviet scientist, Vladimir Demikov, in 1954 decided to perfect his transplant techniques and attached a second head to a living canine. The result was terrifying. Even though both dogs survived and were seen moving around independently, they tragically died just 4 days later. Two-headed gray whale. In January 2014, a two-headed gray whale was discovered floating on the Mexican shores. These cephalic whales could be the first documented case of Siamese twin gray whales. Scientists reported that this baby whale was severely underdeveloped, and that the birth may have been still, and probably the mother may have died due to the unfortunate incident. It is still not known what may have led to the miscarriage or stillbirth, but scientists are debating over genetic and environmental factors. Two-headed sea slug. Say hello to this two-headed sea slug discovered on a coral reef in Malaysia by Nash Bate, a dive master and scuba junkie. Not only does the slug have two heads, but it also has two genders. So if you thought life was truly tough for two-headed guys, things are different for this guy because he has a partner. This must be a crazy two-headed animal. This pretty weird-looking creature is about 120 millimeters and is believed to be the first ever two-headed sea slug to be discovered.